Hi dear students, welcome back to the online class of class 10th Social Science. Today we are continuing the rise of nationalism in Europe, second part. Today we are going to discuss the French Revolution and the idea of the nation. In our last class, we discussed the great painting of Frederick Sorio and the features of that picture. Today, we are going to analyze the French Revolution and how the French revolutionaries introduced various measures to create a sense of collective identity or nationalism. We have seen in last year, in 1789, the French Revolution took place and there was a transformation socially, economically, politically. There was a transformation from monarchy to the republic. But even after the completion of French Revolution, the people were not enough to feel what is nationalism. So let us see how the French revolutionaries introduced various measures to practice and to create a sense of collective belonging. Actually, after the revolution, the people realized that they will create the nation and they are the one who wanted to shape its destiny. That idea they got. See, first of all, the French revolutionaries, after the revolution, they introduced the two ideas. The idea of la patrie or the idea of fatherland and les citoyens. That is nothing but the citizen. That means, as we in India we say motherland and the citizen. I am an Indian citizen. That word itself or that sentence itself, we can see a national identity. My motherland or my fatherland, that stands for our country. So these two concepts were introduced by the French revolutionaries soon after the revolution. So these two ideas, the fatherland and the idea of the citizen. Its French term is la patrie and les citoyens. These two ideas emphasized the idea of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution. That means France is our fatherland and we all are the citizens of the country. These two things emphasized the idea of a united community. We are all united, enjoying equal rights under a constitution. So this was the first measure taken by the French revolutionaries to create feeling of nationalism. Remember, we are analyzing how did the sense of nationalism emerge in Europe, in which we are discussing how did the sense of nationalism emerge in France. Secondly, they introduced a new French flag, the tricolor French flag. It was chosen to replace the former royal standard. So earlier in France, the king and his symbols were given prominence. But after the revolution, a tricolor French flag was introduced. You know, in India, we have Indian flag. So that flag unites every one of us. Wherever we see Indian flag, we feel that it is my country, that feeling. Thirdly, the Estate General, which was elected by the body of active citizens, renamed the National Assembly. So you remember last year in French Revolution we have studied the fall of Bastille, National Assembly, Declaration of Rights of Men and Citizen, political symbols, etc. etc. So you remember the Estate General, it is nothing but like a parliament. So it was renamed as a National Assembly. So Indian Parliament in our country, India, when we hear about Indian Parliament, we feel that a united feeling. It was done thirdly. And fourthly, new hymns were composed, new songs. We have national anthem, national songs. So our Janaganamana, our Sare Jaham Se, lots of songs we have that unite all of us. So that kind of new hymns were composed in France, and new oaths were taken. Pledge, India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. We have this kind of oath. Same kind of new oaths were introduced in France. As well as martyrs were commemorated. The people who died for the welfare of the country during the revolution, French Revolution, was commemorated. You know, in India, on every January 30th, we celebrate, we observe Martyrs' Day when Gandhiji was assassinated. So like that. All these things were done in the name of France. Other than this, in France, they introduced a centralized administrative system with a uniform law for all citizens of the country. Remember that. In India, we have a centralized administrative system. Indian administrative system we have. Same like in France, they introduced a centralized administrative system as well as a uniform law. A law for rich to poor, all religion, despite of the gender and social status. Next, the internal customs duties and dues were abolished in France. Instead, a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. Before revolution in France, there were different kinds of weighing and measuring systems. But after the revolution, they abolished the internal customs duties as well as other taxes. Instead, they introduced a uniform system of weights and measures in France. Later, in France, as far as the language is concerned, they discouraged all the regional dialects, local languages, and French language, as it was spoken and written in Paris, became the common language of the nation. So, a national language, a national song, a national flag, a national terms, national law, a national administrative system, a national oath, a national weights and measures system. All these were introduced by the French revolutionaries after the French Revolution to instigate, to inculcate the feeling of national spirit in the mind of French people. The revolutionaries also later, they declared that it is the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the people of Europe from despotism. That means the French Revolution happened only in France. It changed the destiny of only France. Now the French revolutionaries declared that in Europe there are many countries, and many countries are still under despotism, under monarchy. So it is the duty of French people or the French revolutionaries to do revolution in these countries also and spread nationalism. Dear students, when the news of French Revolution reached the different cities of Europe, the students and other people including the educated middle classes, began to set up many Jacobin clubs. You remember during French Revolution, many Jacobins club was formed in France. Same like other part of the Europe, the Jacobin clubs were formed, and the activities and campaigns of these Jacobin clubs paved the way for French armies which moved into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, Italy in 1790s. That means French army began to move to these countries with the support of the Jacobin clubs. And many part of Europe there happened the revolutionary wars, and the French army began to carry the idea of nationalism abroad. Remember, we are discussing emergence of national spirit in Europe. It started with the French Revolution and it began to spread the other countries like Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, Italy, next Germany, etc. etc. So French army was labeled or considered as an agency to carry the idea of nationalism in abroad. Dear children, I hope you remember last year 9th standard in French Revolution. At the end of the chapter we have studied little about Napoleon Bonaparte. Actually, Napoleon Bonaparte was a dictator or a conqueror who again brought back monarchy in France by destroying democracy. But as far as the administrative field is considered, many revolutionary principles were introduced by Napoleon Bonaparte. So here we are going to understand the role of Napoleonic Code to create nationalism in France. Just remember that Napoleon was a monarch who destroyed democracy in France, but his contributions in the administrative field of Europe, not only France, the countries of Europe, is not negligible. Actually, his code or his system was more rational as well as more efficient as well as more modern. So it is known as the Civil Code of 1804 or Napoleonic Code. Let us see which are the eight important rules or 8 important reforms of Napoleonic Code. First of all, he cancelled all the privileges based on birth and established equality before the law. It was the first reform of Napoleon. He stopped all the privileges based on birth. There was 3 estates in Europe, in France: nobles, clergies, common man, and they enjoyed special facilities and privileges. But here, with Napoleonic Code, he cancelled all these privileges based on birth and established equality before the law. It is very important as far as the formation of a nation is considered. Secondly, he introduced the right to property. Earlier we have seen that the common people have no right in France to make property. But here with Napoleonic Code, every citizen of France was allowed to make property. Thirdly, Napoleon introduced his code not only in France but the regions under France like Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy and Germany. Also, all these Napoleonic ideas were exported. Napoleon abolished feudal system. What is feudal system? The landowner and tenants. the landlord look after thousands of acres of land and the peasants are supposed to work under him in feudal manorial systems. You have learned it last year. Same thing. Napoleon abolished the feudal system. The tenants or the farmers need not give rent to the landlord or beggar, forced labor. It all was stopped. And all the peasants were freed from serfdom. Serfdom is nothing but slavery, a kind of slavery. And manorial dues. Manorial dues is nothing but land tax or land revenue. Different kind of taxes were collected from the French common man by the nobles as well as the clergies. So that last year we have studied different kinds of taxes paid. So as a part of Napoleonic Code, all these feudal dues were stopped. And next, in towns, what Napoleon did was he removed all the trade restrictions of guilds. Guild, have you heard about guild? G-U-I-L-D, guild. It is nothing but the association of artisans and merchants. Many different kinds of artisans and merchants were there, traders. They were restricted with lots of rules and regulations. So Napoleon removed all these guild restrictions and he introduced a transport and communication system. He improved the transport and communication system of the country. And lastly, peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a newfound freedom. Earlier, the nobles and clergies and landlords, they had made lots of restrictions. But after Napoleonic Code, they all found a new kind of freedom. So these businessmen, these small-scale producers, everybody, after the introduction of uniform law, standard weighing and measuring system, and a common national currency, they all felt that this movement will improve the capital and unite the region. So, dear children, just understand the important features of Napoleonic Code. Napoleonic Code is nothing but the reforms introduced by Napoleon not only in France but the countries like Holland, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, etc. So Napoleonic Code played a very important role in creating a national spirit not only in France but in Europe. Dear children, when Napoleon began to conquer the different part of Europe, he was welcomed, or his army was welcomed as a symbol of liberty very happily by the people in the initial stage. So the places like Brussels, Mainz, Milan, Warsaw, Holland, Switzerland, everywhere. But this initial enthusiasm of welcoming the French army soon turned to hostility. Hostility means opposition or rivalry. Because these new administrative arrangements did not go hand in hand with political freedom. That means Napoleonic codes were good, but it made lots of political restrictions. There were increased taxation, there were censorship on newspapers, even writings, etc. There were forced appointment into French armies. All these things really created hostility against Napoleon and French army, and it also submerged all the advantages of the Napoleonic Code or the administrative changes. So just understand that in the beginning, Napoleon and French army, his ideas were well welcomed in the part of Europe, but later the taxation, censorship, or the forced appointment to the military, etc., reduced the popularity of French army as well as Napoleon, and also it decreased the advantages of the administrative changes introduced by Napoleon. Dear children, today we have discussed these two important parts, the French Revolution and the idea of nationalism, where we have seen how the French revolutionaries introduced different kinds of reforms to create national spirit, as well as the role of Napoleon and the Napoleonic Code. Just read this part of the lesson very seriously, underline important points, and if you have any doubts, please ask me. And few assignment questions are sent along with it. Do it very clearly and neatly. Thank you.